All right, welcome in. It is Thayer 312. We got the Risen Eyes. Is that what's going on over there? Oh, we're flexing a little bit.
Listen, it's been a minute. You gotta work it all out, man.
Are we? Fair enough. It has. It's been a little bit more sporadic right now.
Been all
both
2
busy,
weeks.
not a lot.
It's the summer. I just went through a move, going with some shit. You're in school, getting that master's. So we're doing 2 big changes in our lives right now, and over the course of the next 3 weeks, we're gonna get back to a regular scheduled programming.
Absolutely, for sure. But the new setup looks good. I like it, even though you do look like you're sitting on an angle.
Yeah, well,
so you're slowly melting to your left there.
So it's kind of interesting. It's not necessarily where I wanted the desk, but there's only one plug on this wall, so just kind of how we're gonna do
That's
it.
Fair. I mean, that's kind of what I have going on here. I have what used to be my dinner table in my studio apartment, which is like a high top table.
Yeah.
Not even behind the couch. It is adjacent to the couch. So between the back right corner of the couch and the corner of this table is roughly about this much room. So I can squeeze through there. The little man, because he's walking now, fun fact, actually.
Well, good for him.
We're on 2 feet. It is crazy times. I slid off the couch the other day and just walked over to me in the kitchen. And I went, the hell is that? He comes through here and he's still a little wobbly though, so he has to put his hands on either side there to make sure he doesn't wobble and smack his head off everything when he walks through here. I mean, there's nothing back here, but he just likes sticking through all the shit. But that's where we're at here. In other news, let's get into this. I am wearing my Team Meatballs shirt. Let me get that mic out of the way so we can see both of them. Because I'm in a fighting mood today. With this one here. So here we go. Long story short, I get it's the dog days of summer here. World Cup just ended. We're coming, it's to come down off of that. And we're 7 weeks away from football season starting. Rookies reported this week. Everybody else shows up next week. So we're kind of ramping up into football season. However, a guy that I reference a lot on this show, and I do genuinely enjoy and have enjoyed for a long time, made one of the dumbest lists I think I've ever seen in my life. So Cowherd, I think it was last week, actually did this. He did his top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. And that list went in order. Oh, hold on. That's not the right one. There we go. Is it this one? Oh, that's the old one too. Sorry, I had the wrong list up there. I started to look at it. I went, that's not the right one. There we go.
So, and just to clarify,
son of a bitch.
This is top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL today, not what he believes is how he's looking at the landscape going into the upcoming season. I think
it's somehow a mix of both. Watching that clip back, and I was like,
such a terrible way to approach it.
It is very bad. Let me get the full list up here. Sorry, it's a mix of both, and it is quite bad. Come on now, are you just not going to show the whole thing here? So he's got Josh Allen at 1, Mahomes at 2. Then we go to Caleb Williams at 3.
So it's a name.
It's a name. Stafford at 4. Come on, you. Oh, shit. How the hell did I miss 5? I'm having to go through the video now because now I can't find Herbert at 5. Burrow at 6.
Okay, that's also crazy.
Yeah. I say Allen, Mahomes, Caleb, Stafford. Who did I say if I have Herbert? Burrow. And then we got Burrow at 6. Darnold at 7.
That's a name.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I had the right one put up here. Goff at 8. Then I think it was Jordan Love at 9. Jordan Love at 9. And then at 10, Drake May.
Well, I'll say, for one, that is certainly a list.
It is something.
For 2, we're going to let Asher here rant, go into his emotions here, because there's a clear name left.
There's a very obvious omission, and that's what started this whole nightmare.
But following this, we did create our own top 10s. Mine is based on how I feel going into the season about these quarterbacks and their situations. Asher's is more just the general landscape of the quarterback.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
mine is
completely different takes.
When I go through mine, do not take them as gospel in terms of the order. This is just these are top 10 guys, whatever, however order you want to put them in, do what you will with that.
Well,
for the most part
order.
There's order, but mine is not fully I didn't really aggressively think about it. I just went these are probably, in my eyes, the top 10 guys. From there, whatever, a little bit of movement, fine, whatever. So, with that being said, the obvious omission is Lamar. And not even from a homer perspective, this is just, we've gotten out of hand here. We've lost the plot a little bit on this. I know, again, like I said, we're running out of things to talk about. We're trying to fill time. But that's just asinine. And we know it's asinine. And we know, Cowherd, love you, but that's some Stephen A. bullshit right there. Yeah, that is just, you're just looking for a fight. You're looking for a reason to
piss fans off.
Piss people off, start a conversation, have your name get thrown into things, have that get shared around. Ultimate kind of clickbait thing, because it, as bad as it was last year, injuries, if you want to play now I'm starting to question his availability. It's the dude hasn't been hurt in 3 years, and then last year he takes a weird shot. Also, the first month of the year, he was lights out. It wasn't until the Detroit game that it really started to wear on him a little bit there. He was playing great football, especially in that Buffalo game. That loss was not on him. That was a lot of other things, and a freak fumble from Derrick Henry that really left the door open there. So the idea that he's another year older, he's lost his step. We saw it last year. It's just no, the dude was playing with the back, rib, ankle, knee, foot. The dude was playing with a bunch of different things. Do I think that, as good of a passer I think Lamar is, do I think that his legs help those passing numbers? Absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and say that like Harbaugh did, what was it, 2 years ago, the whole you arguably the best passer of the football in the history of the league. No. You can tell he's still, there's aspects of him throwing the ball that are still raw. Again, he pisses me off with the layups. The easy ones, he still can improve on those. He just gets a little nonchalant with them. But is he still an elite level passer? Yes. He just also is the best running quarterback we've ever seen. to go along with that. So, like, as good of a passer as he is, he gets even better when you have to account for the running part of that too. Like, he's been great throwing outside of the numbers on tough throws. Like, you cannot take that part away from him. Like, the stuff that we praise Jaden Daniels for when he's on the field, like the deep balls, throwing outside the numbers, and just the rocket arm that he has, Lamar does that stuff too.
Yeah.
So, like, to just completely leave him out of the top 10 and then hide behind the injuries and availability and just declare that he's officially lost a step and he's going to definitely start declining is insane.
No, it's asinine.
Like, that is such a crazy take on that like, it's just completely disingenuous.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
I don't think he believes that.
Yeah, like, that is such an insane take to have, because I would rather be the last person to say that Lamar is falling than be the first person, the earliest person to be like, no, he's done. Because I've seen it time and time again. Like, I've, unfortunately, for my sake, have watched a lot of Lamar throughout his career just because they play in the same division.
And you've gotten the worst version of him.
Yeah,
you've gotten to watch the worst version.
Lamar's number every single time they play him. But I've seen him, obviously, outside of the Steelers games. I've seen the insane things that he can do.
Well, I mean, last year, Week 18, like that, like that was a master class in the second half.
He kept them in that game.
Yeah,
but I've seen Lamar become the athletic quarterback into a true quarterback who's able to make the plays that's necessary. He couldn't do that for his first 3-4 seasons, and then
he didn't.
Yeah, he can throw the ball, but I'm saying he wasn't.
I mean, MVP in year 2, but that was, he did that on what, 3,400 passing yards.
Yeah,
but
MVP
just wildly efficient.
Is not. Yeah, it's not comparative to his MVP 2 seasons, 3
years ago, or the case that he had 2 years ago, the Josh Allen one, which again, like, whatever, fine, but like, again, you just look at those numbers, and that was like the crux of the argument was just like, look how good of a passer he is, and it was like, the Josh Allen running numbers. Weirdly enough,
so like
that
2022, you see him starting to come into his own as a passer. 23, he showcases that in his MVP season, throwing for what was it, like 4,200 yards, 30 touchdowns.
I think he threw for 40 touchdowns that year, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like, let me pull that up here. I want to double check this, but I want to say, wasn't it like the least amount of interceptions thrown on a 40 touchdown season?
Don't know.
Didn't he go like 40-4 or something like that? Or no, sorry. Wait. Yeah, 41-4.
41-4.
Yeah, that was Josh Allen won the MVP that year. Yeah, and Lamar went 12-5, completed 67% of his throws, threw for just under 4,200 yards, 41 touchdowns, 4 picks, and a 120 rating. Gave you 245 yards.
So the fact that I got that year confused with his actual MVP season.
Yeah,
which was
because he won it in
3,700 yards, 24-7. Correct.
Yes. Again, but that was a weird MVP year.
Yeah.
There was like, that was the year that you could have really made the argument for McCaffrey, and then that was the Christmas Day game where it was like Brock Purdy and Lamar going back and forth, like kind of the whole thing, and then Brock Purdy had his worst game of the year.
And knocked him out of contention for it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But regardless, I mean, that's what you're looking at. And again, even last year he struggled. He played in 13 games. Again, went 6-7. Don't do it. And again, battling some injuries, he looked like there were times, like for sure, he looked rough, and like we talked about it last year. It's just like something never felt right there. But again, I mean, if we go to that, like just you can go through it by game, like that Bills game, for example, which was the one where he actually looking back on it, was one that he did get hurt on. The game he did get hurt in. It was 14-19, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 2 sacks, and then rush for another 70 and a touchdown. The rushing numbers get a little bit overshadowed on that because Derrick Henry went for $170 and 2. But that was also the game Lamar had like the vintage Lamar play where on third down, it was like the 3rd and 17 or whatever it was. Ended up 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage and then still broke off a 20-yard run for a first down. Like, it was that. It was like, if you go through each of those games too, like because he came out the Kansas City game in week 4. Yeah. That was the game that he actually came out of. And against the Browns in week 2, 19-29, 225, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Didn't run much in that game, but didn't have to. Can I go through this way? What the hell? Oh, no. And then Detroit, if we load, (21-27, 288, 3 touchdowns, no picks, 148 rating. Like,
yeah,
what is that? He was 9 touchdowns, no picks through the first 3 weeks of the season, and then the wheels came off in the Chiefs game where he ended up getting hurt. Which again, like, and he wasn't running because he only rushed for another, like, I think he rushed for like 35 against the Lions. Like, it was clear, like, willing to run in week 1 again, takes the shot to the ribs, isn't running, and then starts dealing with all the other shit. But even again in that game, he was 14-20 for 147, touchdown, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. So he's 10 touchdowns, 1 pick when he first went down, and he came out at halftime, right? Or did he?
I thought he tried to play a series in the second half, and then
I couldn't remember if it was he wasn't on the field for their last series of the first half, or he was on the field for their first series of the second half. Either way, it was around halftime, give or take, that he wasn't back in the game, that misses several weeks. Like, but again, like, that's what we saw with healthy Lamar last year. Healthy into not healthy Lamar. And then it was everything snowballed into 19 different things. So again, like, it's just not a real take. It's not a good take. It's not a real one. It is not an honest one. It is not one that any stock should be taken into, but it's enough to piss me off.
Yeah. I mean, in that game specifically, he only had 38 snaps. So that's out of 55.
Yeah. So again, he missed the last couple series, or like, at least fourth quarter, I think, and then like half of the third quarter.
I'm trying to see where.
Because I think it was a lot of like bad series in that game. Because Cooper Rush came in 13 passes. He was 9-13 for 52 yards.
Yeah. Cooper Rush was in on the second series of the third, so the last series of the third quarter.
Okay. Yeah, so it was that in one series of the third quarter.
Yeah. Lamar got sacked 8-12.
Mhm.
At the 8-12 mark by Karlaftis, and he never came back.
Yeah, because I think it was the original injury was he got hit in the back diving forward on a run against Buffalo. And that's where the rib shot or the ribs kind of thing came into play there. Then he took another shot there in the Lions game. And then that sack was like the one that got him from the front. And then it was like both sides started there. And then when he came back, that's when like the knee, the ankle, and the foot stuff started. Like, again, you know, he got the injury bug last year a little bit, but like to use that as like a sweeping generalization on no longer available, no longer, you know, it's insane. Like I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a bad take.
Yeah. So with that being said, here's who I will accept as being top 10 quarterbacks.
and we do, before we get into it, couple of names I have that.
I thought I was gonna run through mine and say the names other names that I was like, okay, if you want to sneak them into 9 or 10, whatever, and then see who of those would be in your top 10.
All right, let's go. How about let's do this? Let's go 10-6.
10-6.
10-6.
Is your top 5 like crazy for some reason? Because I feel like we have mostly the same top 5.
No.
So okay, that's what I was saying. Let's do 1 to 5 first.
All right,
let's go that way, and then we can.
Let's go that way.
And we can, because we're gonna have the same ones. So again, my top 5 did it fairly quickly, but I went Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar, Stafford, Drake May.
Okay, we do have one. We do have one different, but that's. Okay.
I figured 5 might be the different one.
Yeah.
And again, at 5, I'm like, you know, I'll accept names there. And even in this one here, it's like, that's what I wrote down quickly. I already had Allen over Lamar because, you know, trying to be honest here. If you want to do Stafford over Lamar, I'm not going to fight you on it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's fine. But I think that's about where the cutoff is. Even at this point, even off of a down year, I think 4 is probably the floor on Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I think you have it a little bit different, too. If you want to argue somebody over Mahomes at the top, sure, I'm not going to fight you too much on it. I'm just not going to do it off of 1 year, especially if I'm going to sit here and argue for Lamar.
For sure. I'm doing this situationally in addition to, like, how I feel about him as a quarterback going into this season. That I feel like that plays somewhat of a role. Mahomes is coming off of a knee injury. I'm utilizing that into this as well as the Chiefs offseason, which has not been good. So
it hasn't been great now.
Taking a look at all of that, that does play into Mahomes' ranking here. Doesn't affect him a ton, but affects him enough to not be my number 1. At 1, I have Allen. At 2, I have Lamar. At 3, I have Mahomes. 4, I have Stafford. 5, I have Burrow. Because
that's fair. I mean, if you want to argue the Burrow thing, I do think
I like
because there is that level of what
my
eyes tell me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like,
I just think that
all those
the arguments crushing Lamar should be used for Joe Burrow.
100%. 100%. I agree.
But he gets away scot-free. Consistently misses the playoffs. Consistently hurt.
Yeah. I'm 100% with you.
Is it?
I'm trying.
Is it really just the one playoff appearance that he has?
I think he had a second.
Or no, they had this. They did have the other one, yeah, because there was the year that they.
So I think
they made it to the Super Bowl, made it the following year, but got bounced.
Yeah, by the Chiefs.
Yes. Yeah, because they rocked. That's the Joe Burrow gift that he's still living off of.
Correct. So again, part of it's the eye test. Part of it is also just how I view situationally going this season. Of course, if Mahomes was 100% healthy going this season, he's number 1. Doesn't even matter. But since he's not truly 100% healthy and nobody knows how he's going to be playing coming off of this injury, how that's going to impact his style, I don't want to just say, yeah, he's the best period.
Fair
Like,
enough. I just
I'm not
think
gonna know.
also too, like I look at like two things with that. Like Brady tore his ACL. He came back
Brady,
and obviously was fine.
yeah,
Like
we all
we've
know
seen
Brady's a
guys come
different
back
animal.
from ACLs. Like I'm not gonna get too worked up about that.
So
I do
so the
think
big
I agree
difference-
with you that like situationally, like that roster.
Yeah, it's probably one of the worst he's ever played with, and he's recently
yes.
played with some bad ones.
Mm-hmm. But
i.e.
my
year.
second part of that was that I still think the best football game I think I've ever seen Patrick Mahomes play was getting blown out in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, his
I think
second half
like
in that
to
game
me,
was
like
great.
not even that, like his incompletions were so great that I was just like, that's different. Like we've never seen something like that.
I mean, we've also seen him play that 50-50 game against the Rams in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen him play the 18-second game against the Bills in 2023.
Right. I mean, he's had plenty of moments and everything like that. I just mean, it still blows my mind that he gets blown out in the Super Bowl against the Bucs, and I go, I think he played a phenomenal game.
100%, yeah.
Like, and he has nothing to show for that effort. But, you know, again, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. Just a couple semantics there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 6 to 10, I went with, I have him at 6, but I think definitely biggest riser potential. I have Caleb, then I have Goff, Justin Herbert, Burrow, and Dak. This is where I was really like,
yeah, we're definitely.
I wasn't gonna sit here and split hairs on exact positioning because I feel like, again, like if you want to have Burrow at 6, or even in your case having him at 5, sure. I'm not like I'm not overly passionate on like Herbert is definitely better or Goff is. That's not where I'm at.
There's only one guy who you have in your top 10 that I don't have in my top 10. He wasn't even a guy who I was considering for the top 10, actually. If you had to guess, who is that?
Either Goff or Dak.
It's Goff.
Really?
It is Goff.
I just think his body of work and how efficient he's just so productive.
He's a very efficient, productive quarterback. I'm basing this off of how I view you going into this season, and
how I mean, if we were doing that, I could probably bump Goff up a few spots, honestly, if it was just based on, basing on going into this year.
Also, it's just like how you play as a player. He's a very situationally dependent. Yeah, he's in the pocket, not moving a ton.
I get it.
So it's. Again, I like Goff. I like Goff a lot. I was a Goff fan when he was on the Rams. I still am slightly confused by the trade to get Stafford. Obviously,
I think that might be the only. Well, I'll listen to yours first, but that might be the only one that I might push back on you a little bit.
You're definitely going to
push even back if you had him at 10. With
you're going to push back on me. I mean, the guy
on the one that you do have. 10. Oh boy!
But you're going to push back on me. I mean, probably not a lot, but a bit.
For sure, but I feel like I know who it is, but
it's a similar-esque player, but I just like their situation going into the season a little bit more than Goff's to produce number-wise.
Fair enough.
6, I have Herbert because I love his situation going into the season.
Fair enough.
7, I have Drake May. He's going to be in a tougher situation. Yes, he got the A.J. Brown upgrade. We all knew it was going to come. I want to see how they mesh together. In addition, I want to see what that team looks like after going to the Super Bowl and the drama that ensued following that for them. 8, I have Caleb. I like Caleb a lot. He's a name that could rise.
Oh yeah, he could jump.
He's him and Drake are the two names that are gonna fluctuate a lot over the course of the next year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, I mean that is like the new. Is going to be the new.
It's just the two young guys, and
they're so different.
And when Jaden Daniels is healthy, he is like the middle guy to those two, but he's more athletic. So I'm curious to see what he's a guy that obviously didn't make the top 10 because he wasn't healthy last year, and I don't know how that injury is going to play into this year. And the team itself is in a little bit of turmoil, so I'm curious to see what they kind of do to help him out for this upcoming season. But obviously, he's not in my top 10. 9, I have Dak. Obviously. 10, this guy debated. I was between him and 2 others, and I ended up going with him.
Yeah, I have a few honorable mentions.
Just because situationally, I picked Brock Purdy. I like him a lot going into. Yeah, I like him a lot going into the season. Niners did a lot to help him.
Spoiler alert, didn't even have him as an honorable mention.
I know. We talked about it. So I knew going into this you were going to have a little bit of pushback on me with him. But like I didn't have Goff as an honorable mention. Brock Purdy had a strong end of the season last year.
He was much better last year than.
So he's somebody that's growing into this game, growing into that offense, and you're adding Mike Evans into that team. Yes, George Kittle might not be fully healthy, but we'll see how that placates to his game. But it didn't matter last year, which was shocking to see. It didn't matter who was healthy, who was available. He was still producing. And if you're telling me you're going to have a healthy team this season, I'm curious to see what I get out of a full Brock Purdy. So I like this is a little bit with him, maybe a little bit of a reach, but I'm also trying to predict.
That's fair.
In this sense.
That's fair. Yeah, like I with the names that I had listed, and like you said about Goff, and with you adding Purdy in there too, like I was much more on the what do my eyes tell me?
For sure.
What do my eyes tell me? What do my eyes last year? Like when I'm looking at production too, like that plays into it. And then just like watching you on the field, like Purdy, and I gave him a lot of credit for it last year. Like he was much better. Do I still think it was a little bit of fool's gold because of their schedule last year? I don't not think that. You know what I mean? Like, again, and I will give him credit, but I also don't think he's better than the 10 guys that I listed. Do I? And
I see. It's just.
I know it's it's such a cop out to play that game, but like, if you put I think Kyle Shanahan would kill to have Jared Goff on his team. Or if I put Dak on that team, do I think Dak can do what Brock Purdy is doing and more? Absolutely. Like I get that. I do think he is a product of that, and a product of, again, like said it countless times last year. Kyle Shanahan is great with Christian McCaffrey. And when he's not there, the record drops. It's so much of that is I'll put it this way. I have a tough time really elevating you if I don't think you're the most valuable person on your own offense.
That's fair. I think
that's the best way for me to put it.
I'm curious to see how they lean into that now that they brought in Mike Evans, because clearly they think that their pass game needed upgrade, which it certainly did. They've been trying to change it these last few years, and by bringing
they've been desperate to get a real receiver that's reliable, especially for
the red zone. So getting him helps them tenfold. But again, this is more so just a curiosity kind of thing going into next season. I spent a couple minutes just truly looking at this and thinking about it, and obviously there's different avenues to look at.
Yeah, like if I went to go through this, I would have, actually break down a top 10 list. It'd probably look a little different. Again, this was more so just reacting to a terrible top 10. Versus
these are both tenfold better than that.
Exactly. Yes. We have multiple guys in ours that aren't in there, and then even we'll go the step further on guys that I will accept if you put them in your top 10, I'm okay with it. I originally only had 2, and then I went through again and looked, and I was just like, well, this one can probably be there. And if I put that one in, I have to put this one in there. So, names that I will accept in a top 10 list.
Mm-hmm.
And again, probably in that 6 to 10 range with a hard cap on that. Baker, Jordan Love, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts.
Wow, we have different names. Super different.
I figured
Jalen Hurts is.
I knew he wasn't going to be. I knew he wasn't going to be on yours. But if you do play he's been to 2 of the last 4 Super Bowls. Like
I'm talking about a quarterback. I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about the quarterback.
I understand.
That is how I view this.
But you just did the whole thing with Brock Purdy and his situation, and Mahomes, you dropped him because of his situation.
Jalen Hurts' his situation got worse. It got worse.
I'm not saying. Obviously, I don't believe he's in the top 10. I'm saying
I think Brock Purdy's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. I 100% believe that.
And I'm probably with you on that too. But what I'm saying is I will accept the argument because I can see the argument, and I don't
think there is.
Again,
I don't think there is.
Sure. I don't agree with the argument, but I'll take it. And I did that because I threw him on there because once I said Jaden, I said, well, if I put Jaden on there, I feel like I have to put Jalen on there.
See,
so again, I would
Jaden's
not
a better
do
quarterback than Jalen, but
I agree with that. But what I'm saying is I understand it. I can wrap my head around the argument, and I don't have to squint overly hard. You know what I mean?
I do.
Fair.
So, I mean, unfortunately for you, you're around those psychopaths too much, so you hear it.
I know. It is. I think that is part of it. That might be part of it where I've just like, it's not worth my time to argue, so I've just kind of conceded to an extent.
Yeah. I'll argue.
So, like, sure.
I'll argue with an Eagles fan for days about this. I date it. I don't care. I just don't think. I just don't think he is that caliber of a quarterback. I think he's in a great situation.
I agree. I agree with that.
But to some extent, with a lot of these guys that I've already named, like, yes, I love their situation, but I also like them enough as a quarterback to put them in the top 10. I think there's other quarterbacks outside of my top 10 that are in even better situations than some of the guys I listed, but they're not as good of a quarterback. Like Sam Darnold, I have him outside of my top 10, a guy that I would accept. I didn't like his situation, but I didn't, guys.
That's fine. I get it. Yeah.
Super Bowl.
And props to him for getting the most out of it. Did you have him on your list of guys that you would accept the argument?
Yeah, 100%.
What was your? Sorry, did I miss that?
Yeah,
or you didn't say
I didn't say it. We were talking about Jalen Hurts because I was like, wait,
did I just run past it? Did I black out for a second?
So I had T-Law, Just Off, Darnold, Love, and Goff. I ended up going back, including Goff, but other guys that I thought about but can't just because of the situation is like Jaden Daniels because he's coming off an injury.
That's fine.
And another guy I thought about for a second but didn't include on this list, and we talked about him before that we started recording, was Bo Nix.
Yeah, I can't get there on that one. That's like the new Brock Purdy.
I mean, he wishes he was Brock Purdy. He's not. He's not as good. Brock Purdy is the new Kirk Cousins.
That's fair. I was gonna say, well, no, I feel like Goff is probably. Well, no, Goff wins too much. But
Brock Purdy is a above average quarterback who puts up numbers.
He's day 3 Kirk Cousins. Didn't we say this before? He's short day 3 Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins was day 3 Kirk Cousins.
Was he a day 3 pick?
I thought he was the 4th rounder.
That does sound right. For some reason, I thought he was a 3rd. No, you might be right. I mean, I trust you to be right on draft stuff.
I mean, I'm wrong more than I'm right. Yeah, 4th round, 100. Yeah, I mean, he was the 2nd pick of the 4th.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But
I mean, so the
regardless,
ends of
I was just gonna say, like, I think whatever ground Brock Purdy made up for with me and like got rid of me crushing him has just been transferred to Bo Nix.
That is a quarterback that I can't answer. Him and Jalen Hurts, I will argue with a wall about.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't like it, but I feel like I'm becoming the show's like Jalen Hurts guy.
Yeah,
somehow, some way, and it's not even because I think he's like I genuinely support him. I just am less critical than you.
It's just because I think in an era where you need to have that guy.
And
I'm not saying
100%. I am 100% with you. I love the hit piece that came out this year. Like all of that shit. Like
they won the Super Bowl 100%.
I'm enjoying watching Philly burn on that.
Yeah, he clearly took a steep drop off last season. It was evident to everybody, even Eagles fans.
Again, you can't be that, but that's the thing is they.
What was it, AJ Brown? So if it's not AJ Brown,
it's not even that. It's the coordinator's fault, not the quarterback. But my argument is, and I'm sure yours is too, you can't be a top 10 guy and be that coordinator dependent. Where you're an MVP candidate to what the hell's going on with this offense, to we have a good coordinator again, and you win the Super Bowl, to borderline unwatchable and have full games and stuff like that, but like halves that look that drastically different.
Yeah. 100%.
And then again, like the whole story that came out back in April about him and all the rumblings that's spiraled kind of thing. That has been much more attributed to AJ Brown and that drama, and so much of the blame put on Petula. But again, at some point in time, like it's got to come back to the quarterback at some point in time, which it looks like it could this year, depending on how it all goes. But I mean, that's a story for another day.
You're running out of options.
Exactly.
Mainly because his contract is coming to an end soon, and you're going to have to make a decision. And this is the year you're going to make that decision. Yeah,
like this is going to be the year, because at the end of this year is definitely going to be when that is going to be wanted.
I mean, you can cut him for limited dead cap in the following season, and then you can kind of just placate to your team.
It's most likely going to be, if I had to guess, most likely a trade. And again, we'll kind of see how it goes at that point, but I would not be like, again, that's a whole big brain kind of thing that you kind of go back and forth on. Okay, if you're going to do it, when are you going to do it? Whatever, that whole thing. But again, I get it. And also, you are quietly becoming the Trevor Lawrence guy on this show now, too. I didn't even have him.
What's fun? Yeah,
I didn't have him.
I just like his situation better than, especially better than Hurts, but better than some other guys.
I finally got what I wanted out of him last year, what I've been banging the drum for. And the second that season ended, and I did like them in that game against Buffalo, and they probably should have won that game. But regardless, I am very much now on the just again, little quick cheater look ahead to prediction week here, but I want no part of that going into this year.
Yeah, I mean, I liked what I saw with him and Liam Cohen. I liked
I like that too.
His building a relationship with his offense. So, like, again, I'm looking at it more from not the team perspective. I'm looking at it from him perspective. He did take a jump up. He looked a lot better. He's somebody that if I had to put him in a category, it's him and Sam. I need to see more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just let you know that I am willing to sell you my Jacksonville Jaguars stock here.
I never said I wanted to buy it.
I'll just let you know
me. I am
on the table.
Top tier. I'm a top tier Jags hater.
I know.
If there is
not anymore apparently.
No, that's not what this is. It's
I,
I'm giving him
it seems like
roses
you
for
do.
last season. I'm giving the Jags roses. But if you told me by week 2 they're 0-2, you know I'm hating
Yeah,
because
that's fair.
I'm laughing at it. I laughed it last year, but it's
Did you have Baker on your list
I did
of
not.
potentials?
Baker was so inconsistent last year. Yes, I get it. He was dealing with some
Shoulder.
injury.
Yeah, he wasn't
Like
the
I
same
was
since
saying.
that shoulder.
However,
Yeah.
I show it to me this year. Plus, the team got worse, and that situation is shaky at best. So
But I also that division hates me for whatever reason.
you are also the biggest Baker lover that I've met. And I like Baker. I like
Which
Baker
is
a lot more
weird
now.
too. It's not even that I love him. I at this point I've just kind of what he has become over the last 2 years. I'm like, yeah, this is what he like. If he was this from day one, personality and production, dude, would have been all in on Baker. But obviously it wasn't like that. It was very easy to hate on that guy for a while there. But yeah, like what he's become, I'm here for. And him getting hurt, and again looking back on that play, because I think that just came out with the quarterback on Netflix, was the clip where he did get hurt. Somebody's talking shit. I forget who it was. Was it C.J. Gardner-Johnson? I think was talking shit. And it was the one where he fucked up his shoulder and he jumped back up and was right in his face and like kept playing the game. Like he is a psycho, and I love him for
100%.
that. Like that edgy side, or him using that part of himself in those situations, I'm here for. Don't love that you made your injury worse, but like I get it. Like, stand your ground. I'm not going to blame you for that. But I still like that division is where I was going with that was that division is still just so wide open and such a big question mark on the whole thing that like
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to talk about that in a few weeks.
Can Baker, Bucky Irving, Godwin, and Igbuka find a way to win 9 games and that division on offense and the power of friendship? Yeah, I could see it. Like it doesn't it doesn't surprise me. I'm not buying the Panthers back to back. I can tell you that.
No. I mean, if I had to
the
put
Saints, I go, I
team,
don't know what to do with that at all.
That's the
They're interesting. I was gonna say that's I could be the best worst to first option, but like
it's also like I don't hate, but I don't. The only team I truly hate in that division is Atlanta. I don't want to touch them. Period.
That's fair, but also if you go, okay, Stefanski
gets the most out of Tua, then yeah,
and his production again. It's just that division is so wide open.
It's weird. Yeah, I get it. If
you can talk yourself into anybody really.
Yeah, I think I know who I'm talked myself into, and we'll talk about that here in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
That's fair. But yeah, I think that's. Was there any other names that we left off of here that?
I mean, just the bad ones. I mean,
that's
not
fair.
even the bad ones, just the guys.
I mean, yeah, neither one of us brought up Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. We've talked about them in the past. They're in that same kind of tier. I want to I want to see more. Like Bryce has been getting better and better year over year, and he's making those steady improvements. If you tell me right now Young is a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback next season and gets a pay raise, I'm like, good for him. Deservedly so. He deserves that. Yeah. And if you tell me that CJ Stroud continues to struggle, I wouldn't be shocked. It's just the name of the game.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a very confusing one there. Oh, we didn't have Rodgers in there either, but I don't know. I feel like that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, I mean, he's 42.
Again,
it's not. If he was 37, he'd be in the same conversation as Stafford, but he's not.
Nothing would honestly make me happier, and not even in a. I mean, I think it would make you happy in general, but just for the sake of where this is coming from, if you guys start the year like 0-4, just so
That'd be insane.
have zero reason to even bring up his name because I'm just so exhausted.
Yeah, it'll be sick, man.
I'm too tired to do more Aaron Rodgers discourse at all.
We will talk about. I mean, I have my own opinions, and we'll get into that when we talk about the AFC North here. But it'll be this is such a interesting season in general because truly there is no front runner team. I mean, there's one front.
There is the obvious choice, but how often does?
Tiers.
Let me look at that. Actually, I want to look at that last preseason favorite
to win. Probably the Patriots and 18. Or the Chiefs in 23.
Here we go. Pro Football Reference has preseason odds.
Those are my guesses. Chiefs in 23 or Patriots in 18. Well, I guess 18.
Because I think 24 was. Unfortunately, I have to do this fucking manually here because apparently. Now Chiefs and 23.
Yep. All right. Yeah. Thank you. I will take my winnings and go.
Yeah, I was curious about that. I mean, that's
was it then Patriots in 18?
Well, I'm going through this and I feel like because the Bills are the favorites in 22.
Mm-hmm.
2021 season.
It was the Rams.
Chiefs were the favorite that year.
Didn't win.
2020 favorite was the Chiefs. They lost to the Bucks. 2019 Chiefs won, and it was Patriots were the favorites. 2018. That's what you're saying. The Patriots were the favorites and won it.
Give me that. Man, I'm good at
2017. No way the Eagles were the favorites. Yeah, there's no way the Eagles were the favorites that year. Yeah, Patriots were the favorites. Wow, Eagles were plus 4,000. Their over-under was 8.5. They went 13-3. Good God.
That's crazy. It could be the Patriots again in 16, but I don't think it was, just because it was probably the Panthers going into 16.
Nope, Patriots were the favorites. Panthers were not even close.
Really? That's crazy. Thinking about the landscape.
Oh no, they were the sixth best odds there. They were just behind the Steelers that year.
And then what?
So
the year
15.
prior, I would probably say it was either Broncos or the Seahawks.
I would say Patriots. I know Seahawks were plus 450.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Then Packers and then Eagles. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of that.
Then you get the years without Brady.
Yeah, without Brady winning. But they were probably favorites a lot there, too.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to that mid-2000s time.
Seahawks were the favorites in 2014 when they lost, yeah. Yeah, so you'll get into a lot of that. Yeah, like I said, I was curious about that. When was the actual last one? I didn't know if that was as telling as apparently it is. There's more common than I thought it was going to be. Not a ton, but more than I was expecting.
3 times in the last decade. Plenty.
In the last 8 years.
Yeah. I mean, but as you were going through it prior to that, the last time it happened,
a couple others. That's fair.
Then
30% of the time.
Since I was gonna say prior to 16. When
I just thought we were gonna be closer to 10% of it.
Yeah.
Just because I think it's the way the markets move and everything
I think it is a bad sample size as a whole across the grand scheme of the Super Bowl era. But in general, in the last decade, it's happened more often than not. Well, more often than you would expect. But prior to that, I don't think it was super often, especially because you had the Greatest Show on Turf 2000, and then Brady came out of nowhere, and then you have just like you had the Colts and whatnot at that time as well. I think probably happened a lot.
They were going to give me a list, but yeah, no, probably happened more than. I mean, this only goes back to 2008. This site. So
I would probably say it's probably like anywhere from like a 15 to 20% rate.
That's about what I was thinking there. Yeah, just a little bit more frequent than I was expecting. Just going back.
Yeah, because like prior to like 2016, the only other time I could think that would happen would be like the 2004 Patriots when they beat the Eagles. Or no,
that was Patriots. The second year of a back-to-back, though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. When they won back-to-back, beat the Rams and the Eagles, I think that was probably the last time prior to 16 that the favorite won.
Not the Rams. When they in their back-to-back.
Yeah, they went
Panthers.
Rams. Oh, those are the Panthers. Oh, I forgot they beat the Rams, and then it was Bucks, Raiders, then Panthers, then Eagles. Are you sure?
No, he's got 7, right?
Correct. He's beaten the Rams
Bucks
twice.
He beat the Chiefs. He beat the Rams in the 2018 season. Beat the Falcons. Those were the 3. Beat the Seahawks.
I forgot about the Ravens.
Beat Eagles. Beat Panthers. Yeah, he only played the Rams 2018.
I swear I thought he...
And the Ravens beat the Giants and
Nope. Patriots Rams in the 2002 Super Bowl. They won 20-17.
What am I missing?
I don't know. And then 2003 was Bucks over Raiders.
Yeah.
2004 was Pats over Panthers.
2005. Oh, they didn't go back to back then.
They did. Then they beat the Eagles. It was the year. I'm speaking like the year that it happened in physically, because like the Steelers technically won in 2006.
Yeah. No. I was going through that too. Hold on.
I'm speaking technically in the year that the Super Bowl happened, not the actual season. It was a 2004 season, but they won in 2005.
2, 3.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was correct. I think I bumped my year off by 1, but I was. No, I my year's perfect.
I think I did just did bad math. I'll have to look back at that because I didn't count 7. Or did I just count 6? Maybe I just counted 6 and I stopped there because I was just like, but I knew it was 7. Yeah, there we go. So no.
Rams twice, right. Panthers,
Rams twice,
Eagles.
Oh my God, that just like threw my whole head for a loop there.
Chiefs.
I just had like a Mandela moment where I'm like, no, I counted 7. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Only counted 6. Yeah, I think I got to here and I went, yeah, that's right. And then.
Yeah, you were making me think I was crazy. I was like, he definitely.
I was thinking I was crazy for a second there too, because I was just like, yeah. Well, because you said it, and then I was just like, wait, what? Locked my head up. It's all good. We're back. Everything's fine again.
I'll show you the way.
Yeah. All right. Well, next week or 2 here, we'll be back a little bit more consistently, and then we'll do a full reaction to the top 100.
Yeah,
Once
that'll
that's
probably be.
fully out.
Yeah, that they're
We
dropping
got a
that. Are
couple
they
of
doing
weeks
that
left.
weekly?
I
Yeah.
think it's weekly. I'm gonna double check that. Spell.
My prediction is Miles Garrett is.
Ooh,
It's my prediction.
probably. I guess that's fair.
I don't think it's a hot take. I just think it's the right.
Yeah, because they just did what 60 to 51. They're really only doing that weekly.
That's gross if they are. But I mean, I guess it
Because
makes
it's
sense.
all
It'll
what,
take you
like
to.
another 5 weeks of that. But I feel like it's
Yeah.
usually done with that. Yeah, no. Who knows? Oh wait, here we go. They had the schedule there actually. Just looked at that. Where'd it go? No, you son of a bitch, come back. Yeah, August 21st.
All right. So
The top 10 players unveiled each weekday beginning at 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday, August 24th through September 4th. So, yeah, they are taking it right up to the start of the year.
all right. Well,
I guess, I don't know, by,
some.
In a month here, we'll know who will be in the top 10 kind of thing.
Mhm.
We kind of get after that there. All right. And then, yeah, we'll be into prediction week and everything at that point. That'll be fun. All right. You got anything else?
Let's get out of here.
Sounds good.